Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on Toned In Entertainment. Now before we go any further, I feel it's only appropriate to put out a disclaimer about the following movie I'm going to look back and review, just in case you guys have never seen this movie, because it's based on a true story and the movie definitely portrays the scenes of what happened in this real life event in a very graphic way. In fact, IMDb.com actually has the following parental warnings for this movie. Sex and nudity, severe. Violence and gore, severe. Profanity, severe. Alcohol, drugs, and smoking, severe. Frightening and intense scenes, severe. Now this movie review is definitely going to be a bit darker just because of the subject material that it's based off. This movie is very graphic, very violent, and all the warnings that I put before, well, they're definitely all present here in this movie. Now this movie is actually based off the real life events of something that happened in 1993 down here in the town that I actually grew up in, Hollywood, Florida. It's time to take a look back at the movie Bully, released back in 2001. The movie stars Brad Renfro as Marty Puccio, Nick Stahl as Bobby Kent, Rachel Miner as Lisa Connelly, Bijou Phillips as Allie Willis, Michael Pitt as Donny Semenec, Leo Fitzpatrick as the Hitman, Kelli Garner as Heather Swallers, Daniel Frazese as Cousin Derek, and was directed by Larry Clark. Now the main plot of this movie revolves around the friendship between Bobby and Marty, but I should probably put an asterisk next to the word friendship. Even though time after time Bobby will tell Marty that he's his best friend, the way he physically and verbally abuses Marty, well, it's the furthest thing from a true friendship. Now there's so many horrible things that happen to Marty as a result of Bobby's bullying. When Bobby thinks that Marty has wrecked his car, he physically assaults him. There's times in this movie where Bobby actually acts like a pimp to Marty, where he promises older gentlemen his services. And even at work, Marty can't escape the bullying as Bobby is his supervisor, and at times he just downright degrades him. The only thing from setting him off is having that trigger mechanism. Now enter Marty's trigger mechanism, and that's this young woman named Lisa Connelly, who enters the fray. Not only does she fall head over heels with Marty, but she also ends up getting pregnant and is getting ready to have his baby. And she definitely despises the way that Bobby treats Marty, so much so that her solution is to kill Bobby Kent. Now Lisa and Marty aren't going to attempt this assassination plot on their own, as they've actually not only recruited some of their friends, but after their first failed attempt, Lisa actually goes out and gets a hitman to come along for this journey. Now their plan is to take Bobby out to Weston and beat him to death and leave him out there for the alligators to just eat his body. And at this time, Weston was kind of like the boondocks here in Broward County. It was all the way west and it wasn't developed. So they do take Bobby out to Weston. They do beat him to death, but they do not cover their tracks very well. Now, had it just been Lisa, Marty, and maybe even the hitman, they might have actually gotten away with the murder of Bobby Kent, at least in the short term. But the way that they portray Lisa here in this movie as having pretty much a big mouth, she probably would have got themselves into trouble anyways by spilling the beans. But it's actually that they had such a large group, and some of the members of this group do grow a consciousness, which actually leads them to their ultimate arrest and eventual trial. Now, do I recommend you guys check out the movie Bully? Yes, I do. It's a very gruesome tale of the portrayal of the unfortunate situations that happened back in 1993, and I was very careful as to the footage that I used in the background. But all those warnings that I put up in the beginning of this video, well, they definitely are present here in this movie. Now, while Bully isn't currently streaming for free on any of your favorite platforms, it is available to rent on sites like YouTube for $3.99, but I actually rented this movie off the Netflix DVD service, so if you guys have that, you can definitely check this one out for free. Now, in my final thoughts section, I always give a number score as to how I rank the movie that I'm reviewing, but for Bully, I'm gonna pass on that due to the sensitive situations that occur here in this movie. I don't feel it's appropriate to give this movie a number score. Is Bully a good movie? Yes, if you like true crime stories, I think you're definitely gonna learn something here with this movie, especially if you don't know the story of Bobby Kent. If you watch it with someone else, it's definitely gonna be a conversation piece. Now, if you guys are looking for more information as to what happened to the real life people that this movie is based off, I came across a really good video here on YouTube from Tribe TV Network where it breaks down what happened to all the people that were involved with the death of Bobby Kent and whether or not they're still in prison. Alright guys, if you like movie look back reviews like this, make sure you subscribe here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.